guys, welcome back to my channel Conscious Lifestyle. Aksa here. Namaskaram. Conscious Lifestyle is all about raising awareness, and today's awareness topic is what are the alternatives or substitutes for dairy products. If you watched my previous video on what is wrong with milk and milk products, I have explained in detail how dairy is turning toxic because of industrialization. If you haven't watched the video, the link is in the description below. You can definitely go and check it out. Dairy is negatively affecting our health and causing various diseases and health issues. If dairy has become unfit for consumption, then it boils down to another question. What are the alternatives or substitutes for dairy? Come, let's find out. You might be already aware of the new variant of milk that is available in the market these days, that is A2 milk. A2 milk is gaining popularity, claiming to be the best available milk out there. Well, on the other hand, A1 milk is the most consumed milk in the world, and A1 milk is abundantly available everywhere. All the milk that you get in packets, cartons is A1 milk. Let's try to understand what is the difference between A1 and A2 milk. A1 milk is derived from A1 cows. A1 cows are of Western origin. Cow breeds such as Holstein, Jersey are some examples. Whereas A2 milk is derived from A2 cows. A2 cows are indigenous cows, meaning they are local and native cows. A1 cows are also called as hybrid cows because they are basically genetically modified. It could be because of genetic mutation over a period of time, or the farmers might have crossbred them in order to increase the milk yield. So in essence, A1 cows gives you a large amount of milk which is unnatural. On the other hand, A2 cows are ancient cows and they have not undergone any genetic modification. They are original and natural in their form, and they yield a regular amount of milk which is less in comparison to A1 cows, and which is why A1 is the most preferred cows for milk production in industries and dairy farms. Another difference between A1 and A2 milk is their protein profile. The protein structure of A1 milk differs from that of A2 milk, and this largely impacts the nutrition of milk as whole. And the studies show that most of the dairy related diseases and health issues are linked to the consumption of A1 milk. And on the other hand, A2 milk seems to have a lot of medicinal value in it. This is because the milk exists in its natural form, as long as it is organic. So to conclude, A2 milk is better than A1 milk for consumption. However, it is difficult to ensure that A2 milk products are 100% organic and becomes a matter of concern. So will I recommend A2 milk products for consumption? Well, I'm a little skeptical on this and urge you to make your own research on understanding the organic integrity of the milk before you consider. And if dairy is something that you cannot be without, or dairy is something that you cannot avoid, definitely A2 milk products are better than A1 milk. Although if you ask me, the best alternative to organic A2 milk is to obtain the dairy products from the trusted sources in your locality, like anywhere close to where you live. If you have farms there that breeds local A2 cows which are grass-fed and are not administered with any antibiotics or steroids, that place would be the best place to outsource your dairy products. And that way you can ensure that no toxins are being ingested into the body and you're healthy and safe. Well, if you're planning on ditching the dairy completely, I have a good news for you, because there are plethora of alternatives or substitutes for all the dairy products that you enjoy. Come, let's find out. Let's start with plant-based alternatives for dairy milk. Well, you will be mind blown to know that there are plenty of plant-based varieties of milk available. Do you know one can prepare milk from nuts, seeds and the grains that are easily available to us? Some of the popular plant-based milks are almond milk, cashew milk, sesame milk, coconut milk, peanut milk, rice milk, millet milk, quinoa milk, oats milk. The list goes on. Isn't that a whole lot? When it comes to dairy milk, there's only one kind of milk we have. When it comes to plant-based milk, there's a myriad of options and flavors to choose from. Isn't that fantastic? Yes, it is. And what more, you can make use of this milk just as regular milk and substitute it for the recipes that calls for milk. However, certain dishes require certain flavors and certain flavored milk can be used accordingly. And what more, you can as well prepare buttermilk and curd from these milks. Isn't that amazing? Yes. Well, there are certain concerns one will face when one is making a complete switch to plant-based alternatives. One concern could be the availability. Although the availability of vegan substitute products are widespread in many different countries, it is still picking up momentum here in India. A lot of vegan restaurants are on the rise which are offering completely dairy-free delicious menu. Also, few plant-based milks are also available in the market these days. Several startup entrepreneurs are coming up with dairy-free range products and they are supplying it all across India. However, if the availability of these products is difficult, I certainly want you to make them at home because it is incredibly easy to make. Another concern is expense. Well, you might think that plant-based alternatives are a little heavy on the purse. Well, it is not. As I told you, there are many options to choose from. Milk and curd extracted from sesame seeds, coconut, peanut, millet, rice are really very cheap and relatively reasonable and can be considered accordingly. And another concern would be time consumption. Well, you might think in order to prepare them at home is really time consuming. Well, let me tell you my own experience. I've been vegan for almost 3 years now. Initially, it even looked like a task for me, but trust me, going forth, it just became another thing in my routine. And I'll tell you how easy they are to prepare at home. Say for example, you want to prepare almond milk. You just have to soak some almonds overnight and in the morning, discard that water and blend these almonds with a fresh batch of water and filter them, like blend them and then filter them. Ta-da! You have almond milk ready for you. And suppose you're in a hurry and you do not have enough time to soak them. So suppose you want to make cashew milk. So you can soak these cashews in hot water for 15 to 20 minutes and discard the water. Blend these cashews with some fresh water and it comes creamy. Add more water to it and there you go. You have cashew milk ready. So this is how simple it is. Apart from the concerns that we just discussed, there are also other concerns on meeting the nutritional requirements in a plant-based diet. Come, let's address them. Let's start with calcium. Do you know the milk and curd extracted from sesame seed has 10 times more calcium than the regular milk? Well, no one told us this before. How about protein? Consuming a diet rich in wholesome foods such as whole grains, lentils, nuts, seeds, beans gets you all your protein covered. How about vitamin B12? Increasing the probiotics in your food will increase the vitamin B12 in your body. Well, probiotic foods such as fermented grain porridge such as millet porridge, rice porridge, we call it ambali, and you can increase the plant-based curd in your diet, and most of the fermented foods will increase the vitamin B12 in your body. How about vitamin D? Do you know they add this synthetic vitamin D into the commercial dairy milk out there? How do we get vitamin D? For vitamin D, you gotta get yourself out in the nature, baby. And just look a little above and say hello to the man out there, because he is the source of vitamin D for all the creatures on this planet. Yes, you gotta expose yourself to the morning sun and do a little happy dance and say thank you, because he gets you vitamin D covered for the rest of your life. Rest assured. I just wanted to make a mention of this one thing. There's a plant-based alternative available in the market, that is soy milk and soy paneer. Initially when I went to vegan, I consumed a lot of soy products in my diet. But later, after some time, I made research and I found out that soy is not good for you. And ever since then, I have stopped consuming soy. Well, if you ask me, I would definitely not recommend consuming soy in your diet. In one of my future videos, I'll make a video on why soy is bad for you. It is not that soy is bad, but the soy in the current world today is absolutely bad for you. As smart consumers, I urge you to make smart and wise decisions and choices in your diet and lifestyle for optimal health and well-being. If if you ever feel the need to have more information, to have more knowledge, and to have more awareness on these kind of topics, I urge you to make more research, read research papers, read books, and have some guidance and information and knowledge from the experts and doctors. Because that's how I'm here. I'm more of experience. Whatever I share more comes from my very own experience. I have made an extensive research on all these things, and most of the things that I present here are the findings and facts from the doctors and experts that I'm in touch with. Alright guys, having said this, I'm going to wind up today's session. Please do share these videos with your loved ones, with everybody, as many people as possible, because a large part of population is blinded to this truth. Even if they are not blinded, they are ignorant about this truth, and a large part of people just don't know, they don't have awareness on what is really going on into the plate and how it is affecting the system. It is high time we all have this awareness. It is high time we become at least a little conscious on what we consume, how we live, and what attitude we carry towards life. So stay tuned for my next video. Until then.